What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rogue 2's channel. A little bit late on the video, but I am playing Delnos. You can take a look a little bit at his squad right there. But let's get into the board and see what he set up. You can see he already one-shot my whole defense, except for my Darth Revan. So that gives me a little bit of flexibility, hopefully, with the battles, but you guys will see I did not do well. He one-shot both of my fleets. Up top, he's got a Rolo, a Han, Night Sisters, and Geos. And then down here in the bottom, he's got a Poggle, a Bosk, and a Mother Talzin. So nothing crazy showing up front. So I'm thinking, all right, I got a pretty good shot here since I got those 3 holds. I'm going to start off with Gas, and I'm going to use him against the Poggle because he has those high relic droids. You know, of course, always hindsight is 20/20, but I kind of wish I would have held on to my Gas. I don't know if anybody else playing this game, when they got the latest update, does your auto, it doesn't let you do the basic only. It kind of reset. You saw my speed at the beginning of this battle to ×1, but that's normal. But when I go auto, there's no option to go basic only auto, which I thought was interesting. But maybe it's just me. All right, so you see Gas is doing work here. Droidica got a hit in, but it's not really going to make a difference. Echo does work against the droids. You see the Droidica hit didn't even really do anything against him. They take him out, and boom, we don't even need Gas to stand back up. Okay. 51 banners. Not amazing start, but not bad. Then we're going to do just our standard Rey versus Bosk here. This works pretty much every time, and they don't even have relics on here, and I got my Relic 5 Rey. You guys will see at the end here when I'm struggling to find teams, I probably did a little bit too much overkill in the beginning, and then I was left with nothing at the end. So yeah, just going to focus in on Bosk first, of course, and then try and work to let him BB-8 pop off that illuminated destiny. It'll be interesting to see with IG-11 coming to the game how that will affect the bounty hunters. You know, I'm wondering if Grief and Mando are going to start getting some bonuses to be with scoundrels instead of bounty hunters. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see who CG thinks that, you know, these characters should be played with, because it looks like right now Queel and IG-11 are going to be more scoundrel focused, and then bounty hunters are going to get left behind. And they'll split up the Mandalorian squad, so I don't know. It'll be interesting. We'll see how they work. I'm going to be far away from getting Queel or IG-11. I'm not going to wail on them. All right, there you go. You see that Rey, Relic 5 Rey is making a difference, you know, going to work against this bounty hunter team. Not much to say about that. We've seen that 100 times. 53 banners, pretty reliable, pretty hard counter. Now I'm going to take this CLS basically team, but with Lando lead. Again, this is probably overkill because I got relics on my Lando and on my Chewbacca. Not my Han yet. I will eventually. I'm working towards JML, but I just wanted to really make sure I saw what's in that back wall, get that opened up. I looked a little bit at his history on swogo.gg. So that's why I wanted to save my Jedi Knight Revan in case he's got his Grievous back there. So you see 53 banners, pretty good. I'm still feeling good about this. Let's see what he's got back there. Yep, there's Grievous, Mon Mothma, Karth, and a crew team. All right, so let's go ahead and throw in our JKR versus Grievous. Again, standard hard counter. I was watching a Arnold video today, and he was talking about maybe some KOTOR tunes will come back after this Mandalorian wave. That'd be interesting to see if we could get, you know, Visas Mar, maybe get a tag on her so she becomes useful, or, you know, Canderous right now, maybe he goes the light side. I guess the other question is, are we going to get a Mandalorian tag finally? We'll see. I'm hoping they add Catan. Spoiler alert for Mandalorian, if you haven't seen the latest episode yet. But I'm guessing we might get some more Mandalorian characters added here to Galaxy of Heroes. We'll see. All right, you see, doing pretty fast work. I went ahead and went against the B2 first there because, you know, every time I've done it, or actually, you know what, the reason why is because it was such low gear. So I went ahead and went just straight for the B2, took him out pretty fast. You can see his Grievous is pretty good. I think it's Relic 5, so it's pretty strong. But not quite enough. Again, this is a pretty hard counter to use JKR against Grievous. Most people do it. Now only Grievous left standing, and like I said, he's Relic 5, so he's got some health to him. It's going to take a little bit to get him down. Double tap, bring Revan. Nice. Alright. 51 banners. Not amazing, but one shot is one shot. Okay, and you can see my fateful decision here. I'm thinking, okay, let's bring Thrawn. I'm going to bring Palpatine and Vader against that Mon Mothma. And then I think, you know what? Let's save Thrawn just for in case of a cleanup. And let's bring in Shore Trooper instead. I think I can handle it. And I totally underestimated this Mon Mothma. Let me know where the misplay is, but I go Merciless Masker first, put dots on Wedge, and I got more debuffs on Biggs, so I thought I was going to be able to take him out. And look how close I got to taking him out right there. That would have made all the difference. And I got some stuns. There he goes. All right. Now I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be good. Vader's going to, look at, he's taking off chunks. We're taking off chunks. And then that happens and just takes care of Shore Trooper. I don't know if bringing Tarkin would have made a difference because you can't target Mon Mothma. So it's not like I could have fractured her. Yeah, so I'm just not sure if that was even possible. I mean, they're Relic 3, Biggs, and Wedge. And my Vader and Emperor are both a Relic 3. And obviously, Mon Mothma's got the Zetas, so it doesn't really matter because you can't target her except for AoEs. But I really thought this wasn't going to be that big of an issue. And man, they went to town on me, took me out. You can see there, and that just threw my whole plan to trash. So now I scramble and put together a Bastila team here. And I threw that against Mon Mothma. Because I'm trying to hold on to some teams. Looking back on it, I probably should have just thrown my Padme team, my best team, against this. Because you'll see, I do not do enough damage here. I thought Ezra, what I probably should have done is put my Hoda instead of Old Ben to get that extra boost of offense and defense for Bastila and Ezra. You know, looking back on it, that's probably what I would have done now. But this Mon Mothma, like I said, I underestimated her. And you'll see the synergy, and when they share, you know, part of her leadership to share the stats, and you know, Wiggs already has a bunch of synergy to attack after one another. With 3v3, yeah, it's just interesting. The 3v3 dynamics are just totally different. So I'm just going to let you guys watch this one. Down goes my Ezra, and now I know I'm in trouble. He was my only real damage dealer. Bastila, obviously she can, but now I'm thinking, can I just take one of them out and then time out? You know, just let it time out. If I can get Biggs out here, maybe I just let it run, but nope. Let's just go back and let's just try and get some banners. I bring Darth Traya now against the crew. And that was another mistake. I get stun locked by this crew team. Traya can't throw isolate on anybody. I'm like, well, this kind of ruins the whole plan for this team. To try again, isolate out, and then wait and take out Executioner with my Nihilus. And Nihilus is now stunned. And now I realize this is big trouble. I'm holding on to some Zetas right now. And there goes Treya. And he's going to take out... I can do Held by Hatred. But if they take out my Nihilus, I'm done. Trying to decide where I want to go. No options. And he's done. So I'm like, I'm just going to quit this. This is not going to get banners either. I am not happy. Let's just go get some banners and throw her. Try and get full banners against this Geo team. But yeah, I've got some Zetas I'm holding on to because I'm working towards, right now, Jedi Knight Luke. The only requirement I'm missing is Wampa. And I think he's going to come back. It's November, middle of November right now. I think Luke is going to come back at the end of December. I don't think I'm going to have the Wampa shards because I just didn't farm. I just didn't get the Wampa at all. I've got Malik. My gas is almost to 7 stars. I've done almost 0 work on my Wampa. There you see 53 banners, so at least I got some banners. Now I'm going to take my Geos up against his other Night Sister squad. This one goes pretty quickly. But yeah, so I'm deciding, I've got these Zetas saved up for Jedi Knight Luke, and then for Wampa too. I think I'm going to put at least 1 Zeta on Wampa for the event, and then just because Wampa's a good throw-in for these grand arenas. But now I'm thinking, should I just put Zetas on my Sith, on Darth Treya? So I don't know. There you go. 54 banners for the Geos. Then I have this clobbered together squad with a GK lead, with Hoda and Shoutout, hoping to do enough damage against their... You can see they have the requirements. They have Jedi Knight Luke, my opponent. So I actually messaged my opponent. Seems like a nice guy. He let me know what got the holds for my Darth Revan, and he said he did bring in... Eventually, he brought in his Jedi Knight Luke to bring it down, but he threw a couple other things against it too. I think he threw his gas against it, and then he tried to... he tried to mirror match it without Malik. So he tried to do Sith Empire with Revan and Bastila, and I'm assuming HK. But yeah, my Malik, it would be interesting to see the battle logs there. But I do have the Relic 7 on the Malik. He's tough to bring down. You got to have a serious squad there. But you can see here, this team, I was a little bit worried about it, being able to get this job done. But once I got the Master's training on both GK and Shock, then they had enough damage then to eventually work through these guys. So I just got these guys up to Relic 13, like I said, to get my Jedi Knight Luke. So I'll have an extra team to add once the next round of Grand Arena comes around, because it'll be a pretty decent team with the Rolo lead. Don't try and bring Empire against it. They get even more bonuses. But you can see this team right here for me. My GK is Relic 7, so they're not going to get through that. And the Shock T was just left over because I had clones with my gas. So I thought about bringing Cody in, but didn't want to risk it. Okay, now you'll see me just throw some teams. For some reason, this was a really low-level team that he had, low gear. You see how low the Han is. And so I thought that this Rebel team would have a chance. And I was wrong again. I had just gotten beaten by Wiggs, and I was like, let's see if I can give that back to my opponent. Not so much. The mission Zalbar combo can be pretty tough. I'm interested why he didn't put... I guess he had Karth with the other team to go with Canderous, but... Alright, well, he got a hold there too. I was saving my Thrawn, hopefully for up top, but I'm going to use him here just to get this clear so I can get to the ships. And I'm just going to try and keep the fracture there on Zalbar and then go after mission. You can see the Han is pretty low, so I just decided maybe just take him out. Now this actually takes a little bit longer than I thought it would. I mean, it's not a great team with a Thrawn lead, Sith Empire, and Thrawn lead with Sith Empire, basically. But I had HK left over, and I don't really have great droids to put him with for his leadership ability. Looking back on it, I should have put the Sith Empire Trooper with the Emperor and Vader, because he's much higher gear than my Shore Trooper. So that's definitely a misplay there, thinking back on that. And there goes Sith Empire Trooper. Now I'm getting a little scared about being able to clear it with this team. The stun was nice by Thrawn. I actually just put a potency mod on him because he wasn't getting any stuns with his basic. And I was like, maybe I need some more potency. Because at first I didn't think he needed any potency, because with Fracture it just sticks. It's automatic. And there's the big shot. 31 banners. So obviously I'm going to lose this. I already know. So I'm going to speed you guys through the ship rounds. You'll see I took the Negotiator, not messing around with that Imperial bomber, the TIE bomber. So I'm going to bring my 5-star Negotiator, which I just activated recently. And this will make short work of that. You see, I remember the last time I brought my Rebels on accident. If I brought my Rebel team against this team, I probably would have lost, even though my Negotiator just runs right through it. 60 banners. Then I'm bringing the Rebels against this team. It's funny, he kind of sets the same fleet defense as I do. He puts his Empire with Tarkin, and then he puts his Geos with his Thrawn. He was able to get that reinforcement in, so that extended a little bit longer, but 59 banners. You can see I'm kind of speeding through it. I'm not too happy. So here's a squad he had in the back with Karth and a low-level L3. I don't have L3 either. She's super valuable because I don't have Rey. So I'm thinking, like, yeah, I don't know when I'll have time to farm L3, but she is valuable. Speeding through this one too because it's kind of a strange battle. But you'll see I just kind of threw some teams that leftover. This is just leftover Jedi team, hoping that I can get through it. I think they take out L3 and then that's it. Yep. Now just throw in a leftover Bounty Hunters team here. Zam does have a pretty nice lead with, you get all those extra bombs, and then her basic, when she hits someone with a bomb, it explodes. I mean, she does some decent damage. So you'll see they get through here because of Zam. It does. I mean, the thing with her payout is it takes 20 bombs, or it might be even more. If it was like 10, she'd be way more valuable.